Guys, Connie here. A lot of questions about dressing changes, post breast lift, post breast augmentation, and I've honestly never come across a video like this myself. I am not a nurse, I don't have a medical background, and I'll be honest with you, no one ever really taught me how to do a proper dressing change until I had a Lynn nurse come to my house to do it for me, and different Lynn nurses who showed me different materials and ways to do it. And so right now I'm going to show you my favorite post breast lift, post breast augmentation dressing. I am currently 3 weeks post-op from my mommy makeover. So this video is just focused on the breasts, and I'm all covered up here right now so that I can demonstrate this for you. So right now what I'm using, and this is per my doctor's orders, so I want to let you know that you should absolutely be following your doctor's orders when it comes to your dressings in case they have any particular things that they want you to do. But my doctor, Dr. Kara out of Scarborough, Ontario, he wants me cleaning 2 times a day with hydrogen peroxide. And I'm using just standard 4x4 clean sterile gauze. So 2 times a day I'm drenching these in hydrogen peroxide around all my incisions, and I'm using a fresh new piece of gauze to dab, dab, dab dry. And I recommend that you use a fresh piece in each area. So if you did this nipple, get rid of it. That's time for a fresh piece. You can do another fresh one to do your under incisions, and then you go over to your other breast, same thing, lots of hydrogen peroxide, spray, 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 clean it up nice, and use fresh sterile pieces of gauze every time you go to a new area. You never want to transfer the same gauze from one boob to another, or from like the nipple to the other incisions, in case you've got infection breeding that maybe you don't even know about. And don't be cheap. Honestly, you can get lots of these from the Lynn, or even order them yourself through a medical supplier or Amazon. So lots of gauze, and my doctor uses hydrogen peroxide. Not every doctor recommends this, but mine does, and it seems to be working well for me 2 times a day. So that's how I'm cleaning my incisions at 3 weeks post-op. In terms of the dressings that I'm using, and different nurses that I've seen use different materials, so I've acquired a whole bunch of different materials over the last 3 weeks, but I'm going to show you my favorite, which is using abdominal pads. So the Lynn provided these abdominal pads, or these are the ones I bought for myself on Amazon. What you'll see, and I'll open them up for you, is that they're all individually sterile packaged in their own packaging, so that's really good, so you know you're getting a clean product. They are standard size 5 inches by 9 inches, which is awesome. And so typically these are used on your abdomen for your tummy tuck incisions, which you can absolutely use them for that also. I'm no longer dressing my tummy tuck incision, and this video is specific to breasts, but I will show you that this is the full abdominal pad, and they actually have a line. So all I do is I take them and I cut them in half, and this creates the perfect amount, for me at least, underneath the breast to do the under the breast incision. And what this does is it creates a bit of a barrier and padding between your fresh incisions that are trying to heal, and it takes some pressure off from the bottom of your compression garment, as well as where your bra meets. So although my incisions are nice and clean, they're not oozing, honestly all this does is provide an extra barrier so that that's not rubbing, and I'm really enjoying still having a dressing in that area especially. So just cut the abdominal pad in half, and then you're going to take some tape. This one is actually that plasticky transport tape by 3M. I'll tell you, this is not my favorite tape. It's all I have left right now, so I'm using it. I find this plastic tape, as you sweat, especially in the middle here, it gets very sticky and like almost starts melting. So I much prefer paper tape to the plastic tape. And there's tons of different tape options. A lot of people end up getting allergic to the tapes, so maybe buy a few different types and see which one you prefer the best. The plastic is not my favorite. I much prefer paper, but I'm going to use this up. So once you would put this abdominal pad under your breast, you would just add a little piece of tape here and a little piece of tape there. And you want to be very careful that you're taping onto your fresh skin, not onto your incision. So make sure that the pad is covering the full incision, and make sure that the tape is not touching any of your incision, because the last thing you want to do is be putting this on your open wound and then having to peel that off, and then the chemicals that's in this, bad idea. And if you need to cut this down to size to fit your breast, if it's not as wide perhaps as mine, feel free to do that. And then the same thing for these guys is I just took the same abdominal pad, and instead of cutting it the lengthways, I just cut it the other way, and then it made 2 perfect ones. So 2 abdominal pads did all of this. And for you guys, just so I could do this video without any nip slips, I added a piece of tape at the top and a piece of tape at the bottom. Generally speaking, I don't even put tape here and here. I just slide these in to my bra to create a bit of a barrier between my new nipples and the bra. You don't really need this extra tape. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you don't need this level of padding, you can also just use a single piece of that small gauze. I like the padding because I feel safer with it, and I find it gives me that extra level of protection between my breasts and my bra. And so if you've been following my vlog and you've seen this post-surgical bra that I'm using is the SheFit, and it's the one that my doctor wants me to use, and truthfully it is definitely the most supportive of the bras that I got. This is one of them. The other bra I have is a $30 Amazon post-surgical bra. It definitely doesn't have the same support and compression that this one has, and so that's why my surgeon wants me to use this one. So the great thing about this bra is that it has a little clasp in the front, so it allows you to clasp it into place, and it seems really tight, and it's supposed to be really tight because I had a pretty extensive lift plus a fairly large implant for my augmentation. He wants me to keep them nice and tight and up to the sky. So it's a bit of work to get this guy on, but once again, so there we go. We've got my dressing and my bra back on, and the SheFit bra, as you would have seen from my other vlogs, has adjustable straps, so I can jack them up even more if I want, and I can tighten it around here if I want. So once again, the padding that I have underneath here is really protecting that bottom of the incision, especially from the bottom of this band. And I know that it looks kind of ridiculous. You've probably seen lots of my videos with all my dressings sticking out like this, and when I don't care, I honestly don't care, I leave them like that. But you can also just trim these down and tuck them underneath the bra if you're going out somewhere, or you just wear a shirt that covers it. So anyhow, guys, that's how I do my breast lift, breast augmentation dressings at 3 weeks post-op. Please follow what your doctor and your nurse is telling you to do, but this is my favorite dressing method.